Yeah, got emotions in my head, yeah, they fuck me up. I can.
Alright, what's going on YouTube? Back with another video today. We've got a calm one. Today I want to do a Q&A. If you guys follow me on my social media, I already spoke about this, and I got some questions that are most frequently asked and some questions that are personal from other people. So the video is based on just generally what it's like to start a clothing brand, what I went through starting a clothing brand, how I started a clothing brand, issues that I must have come with, that how I resolved them. You guys know, you get the gist. First asked question is where to market your clothing brand. What is the best way to market your clothing brand, and if marketing and paying for ads is even worth it. So with Utopia, we had more success running organic content rather than paid. So boost ads, in my opinion, are like not a full scam, but it's only to gain that extra view that you can't really gain organically if you don't have an established name. I didn't see any major sales through boosts. Facebook ads is also it's also very good, but I think with Facebook ads, it's a bit of a tricky one, to be honest. With Facebook ads, it's more as an audience, website clicks, but then if you don't have the trust behind your brand, it will be a lot harder than, you know, like for example, like Cortez running Facebook ads. It'll be a lot because they're already known, the name is already out there. You got to think these things into consideration when running ads. There's also a lot of alternatives which actually help boost sales. So one of them, major one, is Pinterest. Like Pinterest is, a lot of people go into Pinterest for like aspirations towards like a clothing fit. So you know, you go into streetwear on a pin on like Pinterest, and you type in streetwear and you see a lot of these other fits that interest. Another one which I've not actually hopped on just yet, but I've seen a lot of success as I'm around people that use it, and I've seen a lot of success, is Reddit as well. I think they told me I think they use r/ or /r to get into their specific page or niche, and you just type in /r and then streetwear, and then you get into like the communities. I think it works something like Twitter. You guys can, you know, it works in like different. It's how to distinguish the quantity in your niche. Like what I mean by that is what size is most popular on your clothing garment, and it all varies on different niches. With streetwear, you have gym wear, luxury, all these other niches. So like with gym wear, it's a tight fit, so you have to take into consideration how you want it to fit. Streetwear, a lot of streetwears nowadays is baggy. So if you don't want a baggy fit, if like for example this is a medium size, it's a lot baggier than what some people would want. So you have to take that into consideration when you do order in bulk. What sizes do you order? If you guys want a detailed explanation, I have a lot of sizing like fits and graphs which I can also provide to a lot of you guys in the comments below. So if you need any help, I'm more than happy to send them. Let's have a look. You know what? I've also seen a lot of like clothing brands. This is a very big question I've seen, and I've tried to implement it into my brand, is being yourself. You know, like being like when you do a clothing brand, especially, it's more personal. First of all, like you guys are doing it because you see yourself wearing the garment. You know, it's personal to you. So being yourself is very not popular. Sorry, it's very important. You can't really follow trends. A lot of times you get hate for that. So you know, like you following like I've seen a lot of brands which are doing sales, but they don't think in the long term. So for example, when you do a Cortez and people do the logo pretty much the same with a circle, and then they put like all these images in there. I have shorts like, with the thing. It's a trend. You can follow the trends. It's being able to distinguish your brand and your image from the rest. So it doesn't look. You get the gist. It's a bit like you need to be able to distinguish yourself, being yourself as well. Content plays a big part in being able to engage with your customers, your target audience, for them to see like what it goes into your hard work, because when you post a picture of your t-shirt on the ground or something that's taking you a lot of time, they don't actually see what goes on behind, you know, closed doors. So you need to kind of like embed the meaning behind your brand, most importantly, and then work your way towards, you know, showing the customers what really goes in, what the meaning is, but show the meaning throughout your work, and then you kind of gain a lot of customers who feel that type of way, and they feel like, rah, okay, this looks nice, I'm gonna cop that. So, you know, it just works. It's very psychological. You just have to, like, you know, when with like I said, a specific niche, it works completely different. So I wouldn't take streetwear pics in a fitness like outwear. I would do it in a gym, for example. Like, you got like opium drip, I'll take it. Like somewhere like underground, broken down places. Like, it just fits. Like the back aesthetic, everything just works very, like, I don't really know how to word it, man. You just have to know. When you go to take pictures with your niche, the background and the location plays a very big part. We'll go into camera settings and resources. I've seen also, actually it's not really a question, it's more of like a resource. I've seen a lot of, I'm gonna pin somewhere in this video where you guys can DM me privately about resources, where to get the right resources, graphic designers, my camera settings. So if you guys are in my niche, streetwear, and you guys want to start your own streetwear brand, I'm more than happy to help with the free assets. You know, like the resources, grunge effects, text fonts, how I edit, like all these other little details. I also have like Premiere Pro assets for, you know. Alright, so my next question is how to stick to your niche and distinguish your niche from everybody else. So when you go into the main category, you know, of the niche, like streetwear, fitness, opium, rockstar, whatever you go into, there's also subcategories that fit in. So for example, you have luxury streetwear, like you have the baggy Louis Vuitton, the Gucci sneakers. Like there's a very precise and very in-depth way of distinguishing what type of streetwear everyone is into. And the one thing I want to talk about is how to distinguish yourself and fit right in that niche and stick to that niche, because a lot of people, once you gain that type of community and that type of customer base, you're not gonna want to post a hoodie with your design clearly stating that it's a streetwear, and then next thing you know, you're doing a dark themed skull, like that's ripped apart, and it goes into opium. Like it's very much distinguishing. So that comes also under camera settings, locations. A very big part as well comes to color palettes. You guys want to distinguish your color palettes. Like, let's see, who do we have an example? We have I distinguish my brand as my main goal is to bring a majority of the American drip into the UK, but with a slight touch of my stuff. So we got Vertebrae, we have Hellstar, we have Papi Q's style. I don't really know if I would include Cozy, that's his brand, Papi Q's brand, but the stuff that he wears is the stuff I would like to wear. So I like to think, right, my next piece, my next drop needs to, you know, look not like his, but it needs to be in that niche, if you get what I mean. So the color palettes, I like to go with the dark colors. I've got grey, depending on, again, like the theme. So for example, Halloween, you would include more colors, like you want to stick to the same colors, but your main color, your main logo is all in one color. So I have like the khaki green is my favorite, like khaki green, grey, pink. What other colors do I use? I don't really use black. I'd say I use, like the khaki green. So we've got khaki green, we've got yellow. These are my colors. Blue is just a kind of theme drop. We have red, but the red here is just like the yellow here, the red. It's aesthetics. It's kind of hard. How would I base and describe the aesthetics? First of all, most importantly, it needs to be pleasing to your customer, because to you, when you work towards something, everything's gonna be pleasing to you. So it's good to contact all your friends and ask them from their point of view how it looks, because they're gonna tell you the truth. Well, we like to hope so anyway. Yeah, that's how the fuck do I word that shit? How the fuck would I word? Like, I'm gonna obviously cut this bit out, but how the fuck?
Pleasing qualities.
Yeah, so
Defines the design's qualities.
yeah, like defines the designs and the quality of your thing, but then obviously when you the way you take the picture, the way you present yourself, the way you wear your clothes, you have to be confident. So I could wear like how would I say, I can go tomorrow and buy a Louis Vuitton bag and buy Palm Angels bottoms and buy Louis Vuitton sneakers, but if I wear it a type of way and I walk like this, for example, and I don't, you have to like kind of be delusional in a way, you have to, like, when you go and take the pictures, you have to feel confident in what you do, like the way you take your picture, the way you present the picture, the way you edit the picture, the location, how you pose, the body language is all builds into that one aesthetic that you've got. People, I have a lot of like people who I watch who own clothing brands, pretty much all I do, and the way they present themselves, it all correlates to the same thing. They do completely different garms, but they're all in the same niche, right? But everything that they do the same. Like the way they take pictures, the locations, for example, it all matches. The drip, the shoes, how they pose, what they do, their lifestyle, it all adds up. When you guys receive a sample, for example, this is a bit driving off from the topic of a niche, but it also does at the same, it links. Everything has to look professional, right? So it's not just creating the garment, receiving the sample, slapping it on, and then dropping it out after like 3 days after receiving the garment, thinking you're going to be like 10k up. Like it doesn't work like that. So you have to take like time in consideration of how you're gonna engage. First of all, engage with the customer, engage with up and coming customers. Like you want more and more customers, and about how are you going to grab them? Because simply going to a location and putting a t-shirt on the floor, right, and taking a picture of it, a lot of people do. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It does work, but it doesn't distinguish. You have a very small % of it working, right? So you don't want to work with luck. You want to be different. You want someone to comment on your post and be like, right, like this is different. Like their garments are hard, and whatever they're doing is hard. Prime example, Cortez. Like the way all of their commercials are filmed, the camera angles, the way they film, present, the memes that they have, the little little people coming in doing a little funny joke. Everything is the same, but just a different advert, and they just keep repeating it. It's just different because no one else does it. Like other brands, the way Louis Vuitton does adverts with the luxury brands, it's all different. Can't lie, Utopia has come a long way, but to top it off, the best ever advice I could actually give you, with no joke, is to pray, big man. Pray and believe in God, and make sure you manifest everything, right, that you work hard towards. And I can't lie, if you're a Christian, God works in mysterious ways. So make sure you keep praying, and I hope this video kind of showed you the backstory of Utopia. And if you're a clothing brand and you're watching this, a lot of these tips that I'm giving you, it's not just solely based on running a clothing brand. It's a lot of businesses use it, and they're not even clothing brand. My friend has a business, and he uses a lot of these tips that I use, but in a just different genre. It's the same principle, just different execution. And it's most important, if you guys want to start something, to work hard towards it, and make sure you take in what I'm saying and just work hard, man. So a big tip from me to you is make your office and your workspace aesthetically pleasing as much as possible. It just looks nice when you're working, and everything else just fits in. It just looks nice.